it's all started from a joke, and you know, it kind of.
It's still a bit of a joke, to be honest.
Yeah, sure.
It's not serious.
You've got to keep that theme going.
Yeah,
you know?
I hate for people to think that I was just doing it as some kind of like self-indulgent thing. It's just a bit of a laugh.
You know, is this kind of like sparked a flame for the future? Maybe you start going into musicals?
I doubt that. I'd quite like to do a Christmas show, maybe with the same cast, because I just don't want it to end. We're having such fun, and I can see how people get properly addicted to that stage thing. It is actually the best fun. It's such a buzz.
Is there a possibility of maybe a one-off show at the end of the festival, or another?
I don't think we can, because all the places are booked right out. I mean, I'd love to do an extra night, but I think the 4 puffs on the piano would probably hate us. So no, not at the moment. But I would like to do another show somewhere else at some point. Yeah.
You see the Hoff in one of the opening scenes.
Yeah, he's like the narrator. He narrates the show. Yeah.
What has he seen it?
Yes, I had to show it to him before he agreed to it. But he's happy with it. I had to try and I asked him to do it, you know, as a favour really, and took him out to lunch and said, right, we're going to the studio now. Let's do it. And then he thought it was just going to be his voice. He said that I didn't tell him that we were going to film it, so he had a bit of a strop about that. But when he did it was absolutely brilliant.
So does that mean maybe in a couple of years' time he's going to call you up and say, right, I'm doing Hoff the musical?
He has talked about, no joke, he has talked about doing Hoff the musical. You can imagine, he wants to do Baywatch the musical.
That would be brilliant.
Which would be good.
Let's hope it comes to Edinburgh.
Let's hope so, yeah. If so, I want to be in it.
Definitely. Scot Mils gets this 19-year-old good-looking guy to play himself in the Chappers. Not so much. Is that something that you said? No,
I mean, the director, Patrick, just is using actors that he's worked with before. So I think originally John, who's playing Chappers, was going to be somebody else. It's just the way it's worked out. So we didn't have any say in it at all. The only person we had, you know, we cast ourselves was Joe. But he does quite a good impression of Chappers. It's quite uncanny. Today on my show, we had them playing our game against each other, and it was quite weird. Yeah, a bit surreal. But no, he's great, John. They met for the first time last night, which is a bit. I think John was quite nervous because Chappers had just seen the show before, and he was like, "What's he gonna think?" Yeah, but they met in the bar, and they're absolutely fine.
You've got portrayals of fellow presenters in your musical.
Yes.
How have they taken it?
It's weird because luckily I'm hiding in Edinburgh, so I haven't actually spoken to any of them. I think Jo Wiley will be fairly flattered with her portrayal. Chris Moyles, maybe not so much. I don't know. I think he would see the funny side of it. Yeah. Who else? Zayn is played by the guy that plays Chappers, which is weird, but yeah, of course. Why wouldn't he be? But I think he's all right. From what I don't know. If I get a frosty reception when I go back to work next week, then I'll let you know.
You know you've done something.
Yeah, but I think it's all a bit of fun, really. I'm sure they don't mind. It's great because the people that are coming to see it, obviously they applied online or they just queue up outside here on each day of the performance. But it is amazing because they're all proper hardcore listeners to the show, and it's a great way of meeting a lot of listeners, you know, in 1 week.
Yeah, I mean, just to see how many and how much
and what they're like and what they say. It's brilliant because, you know, you just sit in the box every day playing records. And
how do you think the two compare between?
It's odd. Yeah, it is odd. But I mean, I don't mind doing live performances at all. Like I said, I do a lot of student gigs, but it's a completely different experience. And I'm not sure I want to do my show in front of a live audience every day.
So it's the last show tonight.
Yeah.
Any little sneaky bits you can give away?
Yeah, we've got, there's a kind of a scene where there's an audition process and the first hopeful comes on and it's someone different every night. And tonight it's going to be Vernon Kay. He's been really taking it seriously and apparently has been break dancing. We haven't told him that he before they do anything they get buzzed off anyway. It's like a kind of Britain's Got Talent thing.
This could be the end of his career as a presenter and the
start
of his career as a break
Who knows? Probably not. For all of 5 seconds before we buzz him off. But yeah, that's going to be good tonight. I think they'll go wild for Vernon.
Seen anything particularly weird, random, wacky? Let's see.
Yeah, well, my producer and I were walking along the other day and we saw posters for this 40 Towers dining experience where they kind of reenact 40 Towers while you're having a meal for 2 hours. You have to be in there for the whole thing. So we were looking at the poster thinking that looks a bit weird. And actual Basil Fawlty popped out and went, yes, can I help you? Out the window. And we were like, okay, that's weird. There's lots of random things on here. There's lots of weird stuff as well, which I really like. And we've been, I think, representing on air a good cross-section of brilliant acts and just random weird stuff, which I think is what it's all about.